And we're back. I'm trying to build a 2-stage rocket now. So you can see I have stage 1, stage 2. I split it into interstages for printing. I'm gonna have one E-class motor here. I'll have wires so I can run it down because I'm staging it internally electronically using a bunch of MOSFETs. I'm gonna actually have the receiver on the outside, and I'm gonna run a QD through this little hole right here so that I don't risk losing the receiver, because that's the most valuable part here. The MOSFETs are not that bad. 9-volt batteries are gonna go here so I can actually stage it. This is just so that I can print it to make it small enough. These mounts are for the launch rod, and if we go up a little more, this is the interstage here. So this is where stage 2 starts, this is where stage 1 ends. And this piece is gonna have a bit of metal right there, so that wires are gonna come up through here, up into the motor. And when I fire this motor, it'll blast this off. I'm timing it, the motor goes there. I'm timing it so that stage 2 fires right as stage 1 it stops firing. So I'm basically hot staging it to prevent it from tumbling. So you can see the ignition system worked fine, but the interstage got melted completely through. The second stage engine, which is the same power, just a longer duration in the actual thing, so I used an A in this, I'm using a C in the reel, melted clean through. Straight through the aluminum, through the plastic, everything. So I took a small piece of steel and I put it inside the interstage. So that's the new interstage with the steel. See that ridge there? That should last long enough that it can ignite the second stage without annihilating the parachute and all the electronics. So let's hope. So this is more or less finished. I had to add an external safety, so this was modeled separately and then glued on, where basically this goes to the power for the battery. It's exposed because what is fully enclosed is the only access to power for the 2 igniters. So this I can hook in for testing with cables, whatever. When you actually hook it up, it's going to be in there, it'll be enclosed, it'll be in this little hole. And then I have this little plastic piece that I can pull out with a cable that blocks it off. This arms the safety, if you want to kind of think about it that way. And to actually engage the safety, to disengage it rather, this tiny piece gets pulled down this track, which forces this bullet connector into this bullet connector, and that engages the safety. So yeah, it's really overcomplicated, but I needed a way manual. I wanted no electronics to be able to arm the rocket, because I don't really want this going off because it has an E-class motor in there, and that would be very bad. So from the top down, this is just connected with some wire. So to focus, parachute in there, everything's folded up. Going down, this is the whole first stage. The first stage comes to the interstage here. That'll be the C motor, 2 wires down to the actual ignition system. There's a piece of steel, that's the square you see in the middle, and then surrounding it there's a circle of aluminum. So I'm hoping that combined those 2 things will be able to take the brunt of the force of the motor and shield everything underneath. Under the interstage is this coil of wire connected to the parachute and the lower stage. And then there's also all the electronics. So the Arduino is down there, everything else is down there. It can go one more layer lower and lift this off. So parachute's gonna be there. Electronics are gonna be up in there. And then batteries are gonna go there and there. It takes 2 9-volts. We can technically ignite it with 1, but because I figured when I'm igniting the motors, it's going to draw a lot of current, and if it draws enough current that the Arduino shuts off, that means the internal timer resets. It means the second stage will never ignite. So the way I have the stages arming right now is there is a receiver on a QD like this, and there is another QD on the actual rocket on this side. If I rotate this. So I didn't really have enough room or weight to fit the receiver. So there's a QD like this that's sanded down, so there's basically no friction. The receiver tells it to launch, and then the second it comes off, bang, this goes up, and the internal timer in the Arduino is set. This ignites 1500 milliseconds later. The MOSFET stops firing, so it stops receiving power. So it has up to 1.5 seconds to ignite. I figured that'll be plenty. 1.5 seconds later than that, this ignites. So 3 seconds after liftoff, this is going to ignite, which should give it plenty of time to ignite and get up to speed, and then it might end up hot. Depending on how late this motor ignites, it either will or will not hot stage. See that light on the Arduino means it has power now. So the rocket is powered up. Okay.
What do you mean arm the rocket? Arm it with what?
Power. There's 2 cords. One of the cords arms the safety, and the other cord is the safety. So this is the safety.
So what is it doing?
Okay.
Hello?
Transmitter online. I did. All of them. There are like 4. 3, 2, 1. That's wild. I'm so glad that you didn't actually launch your rocket like 25 feet away from random people. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Please work. Come on, second stage, engage, come on. Bang! Let's go!
Holy
Engage, come on.
Did it engage? I can't see it!
Bro really hit the ground at Mach 2. God damn.
It's over. It's so over.
Oh, the second stage didn't even go off.
Once again, your parachute failed.
That's because it never engaged, bro.
LSU.
This is crazy. Look at this.
That was so funny. Well, we're so lucky it went in that direction, not the other direction.
Yeah, I know, right?
How did you see that? Look at that, get it smoking.
It is smoking.
Holy smoke. Wait, I want to see it smoke.
Everything on the bottom got incinerated, including the plastic.
Your new position at Raytheon is confirmed.
Exactly. Let's go! It worked mostly. Second stage didn't go off, which is the whole point, but it's okay. Oh, I think the second... I know what happened. Which means I have to completely redesign it, which sucks. The launch pad got annihilated. It's still smoking like 5 minutes later. Look at that. God damn.